There I was, trapped, my arms around an older woman. She was beautiful. I was mortified, and I had no idea how I was going to get out of this situation. We're going to talk about it on today's podcast.
I've spent the last 20 years studying, teaching, and coaching people to find their greatness and take their lives to the next level. Along the way, it's become evident that emotions are at the root of everybody's successes and failures. Worry and fear are the enemies, and it's time to forge the armor and earn the tools to overcome the two things that could single-handedly destroy your future. Hi, my name is Michael Johnson, and I'm a life coach, a peak performance trainer, and I'm the emotions guy. It's time to take back control of how you feel, control of how you act, and control of how you experience life. It's time to become a lifer, a new breed of overachiever focused on living every minute to its fullest. We are responsible for how we feel, and no one and no thing can make us feel anything. Emotional mastery is our journey, and emotional education and intelligence is the key. We are lifers, and this is Magic for Life.
What's up, lifers? Michael Johnson here with the Magic for Life podcast. Thanks for joining me today. And I hope that intro caught your attention. It's true. So, as you know, I come from a ballroom dancing background, danced all the way through a very nice, long professional career dancing on the ballroom circuit for 10 years and had a great time and ran that course and did the whole professional athlete thing. It was awesome. And in my early days, I started dancing when I was 5, but in my early days, my mother used to run these cotillions. And if you don't know what a cotillion is, it's basically where you get a bunch of young men and young women together, kids, usually teenagers, and you teach them manners. You teach them how to ask a girl to dance. You teach them how to eat properly at the table, what all the rules are and the forks do, and how to drink from the glasses and which plate you should use and all of those things, right? So it's basically manners, and you teach them how to dance. And of course, being that my mother taught ballroom dance, so we did cotillions and we ran them and had a number of teenage kids come. Now, at the time, I was probably only like 8. But the kids coming to this cotillion were teenagers, they were much older. And so I already knew how to dance by the time I was about 8 or so. And I knew, I knew how to do all the figures and stuff. So that wasn't the part that was embarrassing, but my mother loved party games. And so it was stuff that you could do at a cotillion and have fun, right? Have fun in quotes. And so we played this game where it was, switch partners kind of thing. And whoever was the last one to finish switching partners was out. And then you just kept doing it. So it was kind of like musical chairs, except for there was an added thing to this story, which is we would use Chinese finger traps. And with these Chinese finger traps, you would put them on. And of course, they're challenging to get out of. And of course, kids often didn't know how to get out of them, me being one of them. I was young. I mean, come on, give me a break. So we would put our fingers in these Chinese finger traps, and then you'd have to put your arms over the girl, and she'd put her arms over you. And that was the position. And then you had to dance. So they'd play the music, and then when they turned off the music, everybody had to take their hands off of the partner and run around and try to find a different partner, and the person that was last, or the two people that were last, were out. And of course, I was 8 years old, and there were all these beautiful teenage girls, and I was mortified. Right. It's just absolutely mortified because I had to go do this. And of course, to make things even worse, I felt trapped inside this finger trap. And of course, the more you pulled, and you didn't want to lose, right? Because I had my competitive spirit on. And so who wants to lose? Plus, I already knew how to dance. So that wasn't the problem. But, here I was plastered up against this young lady that was beautiful. And I was just 8 years old, and here's all these older women, right? And I didn't know how to deal with myself. So I was embarrassed. I was trapped in a situation I didn't want to be in, and neither did they. Let's get honest, right? Because nobody really wanted to be there. But in the cotillion in the first place, they didn't, the parents dropped them off and said, you had to go do this. And the kids didn't really want to be touching each other, let alone dancing with each other, let alone in a finger trap and that being surrounded over you, right? But this was great fun. And so we were trapped in these finger traps. And of course, if you broke the finger trap, you lost. Who wants to lose, right? It was competitive. There were prizes, of course. And I just couldn't help but remember that today as I was thinking about how many times as entrepreneurs we get in these situations where we feel like, holy cow, I am trapped. I'm in this finger trap. I have no idea how to get out of this. I feel stuck. I'm embarrassed because I'm not sure what I'm doing, but I'm flying by the seat of my pants, and I am stuck in this Chinese finger trap that I can't get out of. And I'm embarrassed and I don't know what to do, but there is a prize at the end, and for goodness sakes, I'm going to win the prize, right? If I have to be embarrassed, fine, I'm going to be embarrassed. Let's do that. Now, how many of you have been there? How many times as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, have you felt like, gosh, you know what? I've gone down this path. I got myself into this. I am trapped. I've got to continue to move forward, and I can see the prize. I'm going to win that prize. And here you are in this Chinese finger trap where you're like, the harder I pull, the more I feel stuck. The more I pull and try to yank myself out of this stuck position, the more I feel stuck. And it, like a boa constrictor, just sort of squeezes around and you feel more and more stuck. And I wanted to address that today because here's the thing. We have now, and hopefully if you don't know how to get it out of a Chinese finger trap, then this is a total spoiler alert, right? Turn off this episode right now if you don't want to know how to get out of a Chinese finger trap, right? But if you have your fingers in that Chinese finger trap, the only way to get out and to get it from tightening more is you actually have to push in. You have to actually go the opposite direction than you think you should go, right? It seems like it'd make more sense to pull out, but as you pull out, it constricts, it gets tighter. And the only way to do it is you use your other digits. Hopefully you have them available. You push in, you hold it with that, and then you slide your fingers out and you can get out of that Chinese finger trap. This is a big deal. This is a huge, huge lesson because in so many situations, and we're talking about business right now, but it's also life. In so many situations, you can get out of the situation just by relaxing, pushing in a little bit, and getting some other help just to pull out your fingers. And that's it, right? And I just showed that on, if you're watching on YouTube, you saw me, right? But if you're listening, I just put my finger, you push into your fingers towards each other, you put your thumbs on, and you get help right from your thumbs. In this particular instance, it's about getting help from your own thumbs. But sometimes as business owners, sometimes you've got to relax. You got to quit pulling and pushing so hard, right? And here's the thing. If you can just relax, maybe go the opposite direction for a second, get some help from your peers, from your network, from the group of people that are there to support you, from your mastermind group, which if you're an entrepreneur and you don't have a mastermind group, I've done that too. Don't do that. Get a mastermind group, get part of a mastermind group. We've got one at Magic for Life. If you're interested, let us know. Because it's amazing, right? You've got to get part of a mastermind, a group. If you don't have a coach, okay, well, maybe you should get a coach. Hey, we can do that too for you, right? But the idea really is sometimes you have to relax, let go just a little bit, get some help. Then you can get out of that trap, that stuck feeling. This is a really, really big deal. So think about where you're at right now. And if you've ever felt trapped or if you feel trapped in what you're doing, sometimes you got to relax, you got to let go a little bit. And in your particular situation, you may need a very specific, like, hey, you should relax on this. You should chill out. So you might need some coaching. You might need some help to be able to do that. And whether you get it from us or you get it from somebody, get that help, get the thumbs involved, because sometimes you need the thumbs to be able to relax the fingers and get out of that Chinese finger trap. Is a really big deal. Masterminds are really great, right? Because in so many instances, you get part of a really great, fabulous mastermind. And I've been part of a number of them. And when you get part of a really great mastermind, you can actually connect to the mastermind. That's why I call it a mastermind, right? Because it forms like an extra mind with the people that are in that group. And when you can get part of that mastermind, you all of a sudden can gain knowledge and help from a group of people that are like-minded or on the same path as you. And you be able to gain perspective so that you can let go, relax, and move forward. Right. And I'm suggesting you have a mastermind group, and it would be negligent of me not to be in my own. And I'm in my own 3 to be specific. Right. But you should have a mastermind group as an entrepreneur. And like I said, if you're looking for one, please let me know. Reach out, because you can find out if you're a good fit for ours. We'll, of course, interview you and see if you're a good fit, because we only want to have people in the mastermind group that are a good fit for the group. And as we do this, you're going to be able to plug into that extra mastermind, and it might be one of us in that mastermind that has had an experience similar to yours, and we go, oh, you know what, here's, relax with this, do this instead, and it'll all work itself out. And when that happens, it is amazing. It's amazing, right? So you've got to consider that. So to all my entrepreneurs out there, got to find a mastermind, get out of the Chinese finger trap, and life will be good. Hope this has helped. If you know somebody that needs to hear this message today, if you know another entrepreneur or another person that's really trying to get unstuck from their position, send them this podcast, share it with them, and of course, give us a review on iTunes and help iTunes know that we are a rockin' podcast, right? And that you want everybody to know about us. Okay. Anyway, thank you so much for being here, being a fan, listening to Magic for Life, and taking part in all the things that we're doing. We sure appreciate you, and we're excited you're here. We can't wait, and I can't wait to see you on the next episode. Take care.
Hey lifers, we expect upgrades to the base operating functions of the things like our phones, cars, and even refrigerators. Why then has it not been made a priority that we upgrade the operating systems of our emotional states? We dance around the subject of emotional mastery from a young age. We have so much more knowledge in today's world, yet we're still teaching outdated methods of emotional education, if any are being taught at all. It's time for a change. It's time for an upgrade to our emotional education. Let me help you learn how to do that. Pick up your free copy of Every Minute at everyminutebook.com.